So the finals have been played and the titles have been won. Carlos Alcaraz claims yet another Queen's Club title, and Bublik defeats Medvedev for the first time to claim his second Halle title. And back on the grass, back to winning ways, Marketa Vondrousova takes the title in Berlin. That's right, and before we go anywhere, give us a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get stuck into all of these finals because they were some really good finals as well. I enjoyed each and every one of them, and I'm going to start back to front. I'm going to start with the one that finished last, and that was Carlos Alcaraz defeating Jiri Lehecka in 3 sets, as I predicted. But what a match. Brilliant match. And he wins the Queen's title for the second time in 3 years. His 21st career title, 5th title of the year, 3rd consecutive. Titles on all surfaces in 2025. 18th consecutive win. 12 consecutive grass win. And 29-3 on grass at just 22 years old. There he is. What a match. This one, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it produced everything we could have hoped for. It had 3 sets, it had its peaks, its troughs, and each player really had their moments. But I'd say the first set, Carlos Alcaraz, slightly the better player. I'd say his serving stats were just a little bit better than Jiri Lehecka, and we know on grass courts how much that plays a factor in if you win the set or not. And it got all the way to 5-5, and then he just turned it on a little bit. I think it's maybe some slight nerves from Lehecka. I've seen this in some of his other matches as well. Tends to start dropping a few points on his serve in and around the business end. And that's all it took. One break of serve at the end of the set. Alcaraz won it then 7-5. Then we went into the second, and I think Alcaraz's serve didn't stay with the same level of consistency in the second set. But Lehecka's game was consistent throughout the whole of the second set, all the way up to the tiebreak. And Carlos Alcaraz was having to play some ridiculous tennis just to stay in some of these rallies, and some of the ones that he won. We've got a tweet here that says Alcaraz with some absurd defense against Lehecka at Queen's. To be able to move this well on grass is just madness. And it was a drop shot that he scurried to the net to come and get. And then, he was lobbed, I believe. Yeah, he got that one back with a slide. And no, then Lehecka plays it down the line. And then he's the one who lobs Lehecka. And he went all the way back. And then Lehecka was just chopped at it. He couldn't get it near or even close to near over the net. It just literally hit the floor and rolled to the net. Alcaraz then ear to the crowd. Some brilliant tennis. Lehecka was too consistent though in that second set, and especially in the tiebreak. And he got the second set on the tiebreak. But Alcaraz, another level always, comes out, and he produced it in that third and final set. Got the early break and then never looked back. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant for him. He now claims yet another title on grass. He's got Queen's in 2023, Wimbledon 2023, Wimbledon 2024, Queen's 2025, and Wimbledon just on the horizon. And can he get another one? He's looking for the 3-peat at Wimbledon. Surely he will be the favourite going into the tournament. And he has won more titles than any other man this season with 5, and leads the tour with more wins than any other man, which is 42. Sensational. Brilliant performance. What more can you say? We run out of words to really lump praise on Carlos Alcaraz. But the fact that he's transitioned now from the clay onto the grass and done it in such good fashion, he looks like he definitely should be the favourite for Wimbledon. Obviously, there will be Novak Djokovic in the draw at Wimbledon. That is the person that he has had to defeat to claim each of his Wimbledon titles. But Djokovic getting older all the time. Jannik Sinner lost to Bublik in Halle, but Yannick Sinner, I'm sure, will still be a threat. They will be on opposite sides of the draw, though, so they would only be able to meet in a final. And they will be looking at some of the dangerous other players in the draw to see if they can maybe have a slightly easier route to the final. Well, somebody that they're going to want to avoid on their side of the draw will be the guy who has just won Halle, and that is none other than Alexander Bublik. He defeated Daniil Medvedev 6-3, 7-6 to win his second title in 3 years in Halle. Incredible week and some unreal tennis. His drop shot is one of the best, especially on grass. The way he's able to disguise it. And I picked Bublik to win this one as well. So both of the men's finals I've got right. And I thought he was going to get his first win against Medvedev. I said it in the preview. I thought these stats, they're there for a reason. They're there to be broken. And him playing with confidence, playing in a tournament he's won before, I don't think it mattered that it was Daniil down the other end. And Daniil really should have been able to have forced this to a third set. But I think it's just credit to Sasha Bublik and the way that he plays. It suits grass courts so well. And that's why I think I had him winning this match. Medvedev's style on grass, sometimes a little bit too percentage, and that's not what Bublik's about. He goes for winners or all angles, goes for them at the back of the court with big forehands, big backhands, drop shots. The serve is massive. The second serve is massive. He's always trying to win the point, whereas Daniil Medvedev, he did hit quite a few winners, just there. He's just not quite as aggressive. And we know over the years, being aggressive on the grass court is what wins you titles. Look at Roger Federer, and look, obviously, Carlos Alcaraz last 2 Wimbledons as well. Aggression wins you titles. As long as you can keep up the accuracy and the consistency, you will do well. And Bublik, well, this is what Medvedev said after the loss. He said, please be in Carlos's or Yannick's draw at Wimbledon. Yeah, no one's going to want Bublik in their section, that's for sure. He is a danger, especially on the grass courts. He looks like he's thriving. When he seems to be winning, it seems to be causing a lot of emotion with him at the moment. And I love to see this from Bublik. He is one of those players who just had so much ability, but sort of kept himself as a bit of a joker on the tour. And by doing that, you're sort of never really achieving your full potential. I think we're still yet to see his full potential. I think we will see the full potential of Bublik in the coming months, maybe even next year. I think he's turned the corner mentally in trying to actually do well as a professional, because we love him in exhibition tennis. We love his personality. We think that he definitely brings a lot to the sport, but now he can actually bring trophies and maybe get deep runs at slams past the quarterfinal stage. Come on, keep it up, Bublik. I want to see more titles for you, as I'd like to see for Vondrousova. She's back. This is the one I didn't get right, but I said in the preview, I keep on picking the women's wrong, so I was going to go against my instinct. So I went for Jinyu Wang, and it was quite close, to be honest. This was a really entertaining final. And the first set, I believe she had 6 set points, Wang. I couldn't take them. And Marketa took the first set. I think it was her third set point, 12-10 in the first set tiebreak. And then it could have been a straight sets win potentially for Wang. She won the second set. Obviously, you can't really look at it like that because you never know. Once you've won a set, sometimes you take your foot off the pedal. Hard to use that type of mentality, but you never know. She was playing quite well for 2 sets and then got sort of just beaten down a little bit in the third. Maybe was a little bit fatigued. Maybe just wasn't used to going into a third. She's been winning so dominantly this week. And yeah, Vondrousova, first title since Wimbledon in 2023. She's going to be unseeded in the Wimbledon draw as well. That is the biggest danger to everybody. on the women's side. You got a Wimbledon champion coming in good form. That is scary. But this match, after I watched it in spells, I didn't watch the whole entirety, but I did watch I watched the end of the first, most of the second, and until the third, it was pretty much wrapped up. I didn't need to watch it all the way to the end. It looked like she was completely in control. I think the serve was such a big factor with Vondrousova, which is something I didn't really ever give her credit for. It worked so well against Sabalenka. In this match, she found herself down on serve in certain games. She used the serve just to get herself out of trouble a lot. And Jinyu Wang didn't really have an answer to it when it was firing well. Credit to Wang, though. She had an incredible week and beat some really big names. Will she be a threat at Wimbledon? So I'll be bringing out a seeding video fairly soon just to give you a rundown on all the final seeds for Wimbledon. But that one will be probably coming out, I'd say, probably tomorrow morning. This one, just a little statistic for you. Women to win Wimbledon and another event on grass this decade, just Marketa Vondrousova. And that is the end of the list with Berlin and Wimbledon. And her opponent just had a little thing to say after she lost. And it was, and last but not least, I want to say thank you to my team. They're why I lost today. She did say this in a very joking manner, but it didn't really seem to get that many laughs. She definitely was joking, but it was just one of those ones. I'm not sure it quite hit, but she was having a bit of a laugh. And at least she can laugh in one of these moments, which is quite a tough loss, but she's got to be proud of herself that she got to the final anyway. A very, very good performance, and hopefully we get to see her in more finals and deep in more WTA events in the coming future. But that's just the post-match reaction to all of our winners on Finals Sunday on the grass courts. Alcaraz does it again. We thought he might have a wobble. His only wobble was probably the first match of the entire tournament. That was against Munar. And after that, he's looked pretty damn solid. Well done to Bublik. Where's he going to be in that Wimbledon draw? Make sure you join us. I believe that's next Friday for the draw. We'll be giving our reaction to that. And we're going to be bringing more content as Wimbledon's pretty much on the horizon now. So stay tuned on the channel. Make sure you've hit a like on this, subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the official Wimbledon seedings.